Bam! J Sinister Productions, we're back. And this is the mystery unboxing, the new Project RC we've been talking about. We were running some giveaways to try to give away some free J Sinister Productions stickers, but no one seems to like free. No one entered, no one tried to guess, so no free stickers. I tried to give these away, but again, no one seems to like free. Don't understand that. But moving right along, this is the mystery RC. We're going to do an unboxing today of this vehicle, go over some of the specs. We're not going to do any runs. We're not going to do too much of a deep dive, just an unboxing. This is part one of a multi-part series on this particular vehicle. I've got some cosmetic mods I already have ready. That'll be in a different video, but this video will be just an introduction, my initial impressions, and an unboxing of the mystery RC. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and put the next thing here. You know what's coming.
J Sinister Productions.
Thanks for stopping by to the J Sinister Supreme team. We really appreciate you checking out this channel and sticking around with us. For the newbies, for the new cats to come along to JSP, and if you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. It's free. If you're on the fence, go ahead and click that button anyway. It doesn't cost you a dime. This is a great channel. It's going to become greater, and it will become greater based off of you. Because without you, we won't be able to do these unboxings, these product reviews, and these first impressions. So consider subscribing. We really appreciate each and every one of you. So now let's move on in to this unboxing and see what we got behind this brown box. As usual, we have the official box cutter opener for the channel. This is the JSP official. Yeah, it's another brand, but I'm calling it the JSP official opener. Let's go ahead and crack the seal and reveal. This is what you've been waiting for. This is what we've been talking about. This is our Project RC, which came about based off of another RC that we wanted that we couldn't get our hands on. So we saw this and said, you know what? Let's jump on this now. Let's get rid of some of this. Boop. Get rid of some of that. This is where we got it from, fam. A-Main Hobbies. We do a lot of business with A-Main. I've done a lot of business with A-Main over the years. Pretty fast shipping, pretty decent pricing. A-Main Hobbies, free plug for A-Main Hobbies right here, free plug. And now on to the Project RC. Take this out, show this in a second. Maybe I should flip this box around. No, I'm just going to bring her out. Oh, if you saw that already, you know what it is. Let's get rid of the shipping box. Throw that to the side. Here it is, fam. The Element Enduro Trailrunner 4x4. Bam. 1/10 scale, ready to run off-road trail runner 4x4. All white with black accents. The mystery RC project has been revealed. We're going to go ahead and crack the seal on this box and bring her out. But before we move further, real quick on why we got this particular RC. We were looking at the HPI Venture Toyota FJ. Could not find it anywhere. Hard to get. Everything's on back order. The colors aren't in. We wanted the gunmetal. Then we saw the tan, the sand, I should say. Couldn't find it anywhere. We got tired of waiting. We wanted another project vehicle to work on, and we saw this Enduro, this trail runner, and we're like, you know what? This is what we want. This is a trail runner, not a true rock crawler. You can do some rock crawling, but it's basically for trail riding. We said, you know what? Let's get it. And we got it, so let's get it. Let's jump into some of the specs on this vehicle. So it's a performance brig built to endure, according to Element RC, which is a associate, or should I say a subsidiary of Team Associated Electronics. It has a independent front suspension, unheard of on RC models, an independent front suspension, which I've seen some videos previously, and a lot of folks have had zero problems. That's zero problems with clearance issues doing some rock crawling and trail riding with that IFS. Piece of cake. Again, it's a 1/10 scale vehicle. It's made for off-road, and it has a brushed engine. It's electric, of course, and the length is going to vary. And the body and width is going to vary with or without the body on it. It has a 12.3 or 313 millimeter wheelbase. The weight is going to vary based off of what you have on it. It's got a stamped steel chassis. Again, an independent front suspension up front and a 4-link in the rear. It comes with 1.55-inch General Grabber licensed tires. That's a real name brand tire, fam. General Grabber. And what I've seen so far, the tires work superbly. It also comes with, in the ready to run, it comes with the radio, the servo, all that built in. All you need to get is your own battery, or in this case, since I want to use my very own receiver, I like Spectrum. So I have the Spectrum SPMS R5155 5-channel Sport Surface receiver, and I use this in a lot of my rigs because I like to use my Spectrum DX5 Rugged. So I'm going to swap out the stock receiver with this. That'll be a separate video as well. It comes with the Reedy power motor. It's a 5-slot 16-turn brushed crawler motor. So you get all that, plus you also get threaded aluminum shocks. It's ready to go. Steering blocks, 100% compatible with steering blocks from all the previous Enduro chassis. So if you have an Enduro Sendero, or you want to use some parts from the other Enduros, you should be able to slap that right on this baby because it's pretty much the same thing. It has universal front drive axles. Again, the stamped steel frame rails, 12 millimeter wheel hexes. Good to know. 12 millimeter wheel hexes. The body posts are adjustable, so you can put different bodies on it. The rear shock mounts are adjustable. Telescopic drive shafts for the front and rear. The one-piece axle, as I stated before, with the 4-link suspension in the rear. Machine input pinion gear. And it has heavy-duty 5 millimeter diameter steel links. So enough talking. Let's go ahead and open this up. Oh, for the first time, I've brought it out with the front end first. I usually don't do that when I unbox. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we'll take a look at the box in a second. So here she is, fam. Bam! Already riding a trail on an incline. It looks good right out the box. I like the way this body shell looks. Looks like the Toyota 4Runner, which is not really a licensed Toyota 4Runner body, but it looks just like it. Pretty cool. I like it. So let's go ahead and take it out of this packaging. All right, fam, before we get too deep off in the truck, I've got it off camera right now. I'm just going to go over some of the contents of the bag. You're going to get this XP130 2.4 gigahertz 3-channel radio system. Pretty cool. I mean, it's like standard fare for ready to run. It's not going to be too fancy, but it feels pretty good in hand. I like the way it feels in hand, even though I'm not going to use it. It has a nice steering wheel right here with the simulated rim, and it even has in the back, you can see this little blue brake caliper and a simulated slotted and drilled rotor. That's a nice touch in the background. It's got your steering and throttle trims, your throttle and steering maximums, your reverse, your normal left and right on the 3-channel trim, and it's a pretty decent radio. It looks good. Transmitter, you know, it feels good in hand. It's lightweight, and it takes four AA. Yep, 4 AA batteries, which you'll have to supply yourself. I haven't seen it in the packaging, and you get an instruction manual as well as a bind plug. Let me get that in. There we go. A bind plug for the transmitter and the receiver. So you will get a transmitter. It's ready to run. Decent transmitter. Again, I'm not going to be running with this transmitter. I'm using my Spectrum DX5 Rugged. But if I just wanted to get up and run out the box, I can with this transmitter. This whole package does come in 2 different versions. You get a ready to run with a battery and a ready to run without a battery. I chose to go without the battery because I got plenty of LiPos and I'm going to use my own brand, the LiPos that I use. But you can't get a battery and you can just pull this out the box and start running. So there you go. There's a transmitter. Here's your accessory bag. Most of your accessories like the door handles and the rear windshield wiper are already mounted, but you do have to mount your left and right rear view outside mirrors. So that comes in a little package for you to mount on. Pretty simple. All right. And then you also get another bag of more plastic parts, which contains items like your front bumper. And again, the bumper on the body, you can remove the lower portion of the bumper and you can put on a more scale rock crawler looking bumper. You can either do a small bullnose bumper, or you can do a bumper that extends the width of the vehicle. That all comes in this bag. You have a larger battery tray, and you have some more body posts, some clips, some O-rings, rubber O-rings, some more screws, ball joints. You got some more gearing if you want to gear it up or down. You have that all in this package. So you have a lot that comes with this out of the box that will get you started, and you can do some modifications before you spend any more money straight out of the box what you've purchased, you know, in the vehicle. So that's another good point to know about this Enduro Trailrunner. And also you get a owner's build manual, which I'll open that real quick because I think it has some really good information in there. Let's get that out. And you have your manual here. And this manual contains everything as if you were going to build this in a kit version. It gives you everything step by step of how to build this vehicle as if you were doing it a kit. So if you break anything, you want to get a quick reference without going to the interwebs, you have your manual here, which will take you step by step through every part, every screw, every fastener, and where it goes. And also towards the rear, which is pretty standard, you have a parts list. So shock fluids, bodies and decal parts and part numbers, your optional parts, your points and your spur gears, pinions and spur gears, and different lubes and adhesives. So it all comes in this manual. And it also even gives you how to do the build configuration of how you want to do your overdrives, either no overdrive, overdrive option 1, overdrive option 2. You can do a 1-to-1 no overdrive, and your stock and your option 2 overdrive. So all that's in here. If you want to do that and do that tinkering, you know exactly what you're doing in this book. Nice look on the front end, look on the back, which has all the accessories, and it shows here. This is that full front bumper where you remove the front fascia from the Lexan body, and you'll put this front bumper on. These two pieces here and here, or you don't have to put those on. You can just run this bar right here in the front, and you got a rack up top that comes in this bag. You have a stock rack, luggage rack to put on the top, and a few other items. So everything you need right here in this owner's manual. And of course you get a pretty nice decal set where you can customize which decals you choose to put on your Trailrunner at any time. Again, a standard affair for your ready to run or your RC vehicles, a decal set if you choose to do so. You may want to do your own body and paint your own, but you do have decals to install. Really quick on this sticker sheet, I just noticed as I was putting it away, if you look right here, where it says "Ours Are Funnier," that's a Scale Builders Guild sticker. License from the Scale Builders Guild. And check this out. You even have a sticker here that shows as if you were buying a new vehicle. The MSRP and the price listing simulated, so you can slap that on the side of the vehicle if you choose to. Really cool sticker sheet. First I've seen of that kind, and I thought I'd bring that to you before I move on. But you'll see that when you buy your own in this sticker sheet. All right, let's move on. Enough talking. All right, so now on to the actual truck itself. I have to say right off the bat, I like the lines. It looks really clean. I've never had an all white, or for this particular truck, mostly white RC, and I've always been hesitant to get one, but I do like the way it looks. Nice and clean, well protected. There's plastic all over the pieces that would get rubbed possibly in shipping. So you got plastic here, you got plastic covering over the spots where the body pins and the pin mounts go to keep that from rubbing and scraping in shipping. As you can see here, the door handles, are already pre-installed. So you get those door handles pre-installed, as are, let me turn this around if you can see that. You may not be able to, there it is. You have your windshield wipers are also pre-installed from the factory. So see, these are parts that you don't have to put on, comes already on the vehicle. Pretty cool. It also has plastic fender flares here. Let me get a better shot of that. No inner fenders, so either you have to 3D print those or buy them whenever someone or Associated makes those. But I would like to have some inner fenders just to keep some of the dirt, grime, and muck out. Even though I'm not that hard of a crawler basher, that's just me. You have semi-clear transparent windows that has like a tinted film on them to give the impression of it being tinted. And you also have up top on the body a sunroof that's also see-through. Up front, you have some simulated stickers for the headlamps and the fogs, and you have full plastic pieces here and here that simulates the grille for the vehicle. This bottom portion right here, and I'll show you that when I take the body off, this can actually be removed from the Lexan body shell, so you can put that black bumper here in place of it, or you can run it stock just as it is. It also has plastic, let me double check that. Yep, hard plastic rock sliders already built in. You can see the fender flares on the inside, how they're installed to the body. We'll take a look at that a little bit more in depth. Here are these General Grabber tires. Look at that, it feels good. I like that squish to them. And the tread looks good. It's very sticky. I can tell right now this is going to grab, it's going to grab on to pretty much anything you throw at it, no problems. One thing to note on the back, this bumper piece here, actually it come off. I don't see any ways to affix this with a fastener. The holes, the mounting holes are a little bit too big, I think. And I may have to use some sort of adhesive to keep it on there. That's if I stay with this look, which I probably will. But in order to keep this from falling off, this comes way too easy. Team Associated, Element Enduro, this is something you need to take a look at. The body holes that you pre-drilled for this particular part, way too big. Way too big. And maybe that was on purpose, I don't know. But again, to note, this had fell off in the box. It has also a simulated Element RC, looks like a California type license plate in the back. Trailrunner sticker here, and we have a rear windshield wiper that you can put in any position you want. You can do it for real. Like some people's are broke and they just sit down like that. Bam, you can have that broke, busted look. Like I don't care, I don't feel like fixing that. You have a rear spoiler here on the top of the body, and again, more simulated stickers for the rear headlights, tail lights. And they're on here kind of cheesy. It's already peeling away, But stay tuned to the other parts of this series and you'll see what I do with the rear and the front end. I'll give you a sneak peek of what I'm planning to do towards the end of this video, so stick around. Again, like I said before, let me move this Crawler Creations foam block out of the way. It's going to be real difficult to see on camera, but basically you can see here, there's plastic surrounds below each of the body posts and pins to keep those from scraping the body before you get it. Let's remove all that and pop the body off and take a look at the insides. So here we got, we got to remove the pins first. So we got our 4 pins. And then here are the little plastic circle discs. Trying to make it so you can see it on camera. That's going to be on each one of the body post and under each pin. Let's take these pins out. And the plastic. And again, there's also a piece of plastic up front here. We'll peel that off. And now we'll just lift the body. We'll take a look at the actual vehicle in a second, but we'll take a quick look at the under. And as you can see already, this rear bumper piece has already come off. That's a quality control issue that can be remedied. These holes back here, these mounting holes, way too big for these. So you're gonna have to use some sort of adhesive, some Gorilla Glue or some shoe glue or something so you can stick it in there, keep it from falling out. So, or some servo tape. Probably can use some servo tape too. So here's the inside of the body. All right, we've got mounting positions, which there are no screws I can see right now for all the mounting positions. Let's get a close-up of that if we can. It's probably not the best, but each of these mounting positions for the fender flares, the front bumper, which comes away. Let's get that into shot if I can. There we go. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and these right here, these two are for the grill, but those 4 pieces pull away and you can remove this bumper, and then you can attach the black, more rock crawling off-road style bumper. But I have yet to get into this to see how difficult or how easy it is or how well these little mounting pieces keep everything together. I'll find that out when I go to mount the rear view mirrors on the side. They have some dimples here, which you may be able to see it. There's 2 dimples on each spot for you to mount those rear view mirrors, so you can just take a post hole drill, body post hole driller, make those holes a little bit bigger, mount your rear view mirrors, your side view mirrors. And then for the rack, you can barely see it up top, but it's difficult to see on camera, so I'm not even going to try to show you because it's real difficult. But there are little dimples here, 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 and the same on the other side for you to use your post hole driller to drill the holes in if you want to put the rack on top and set that in place. So that's pretty cool. I like that fact that they did at least pre-drill or put dimples in for you to mount, so you don't have to try to worry about getting everything even. Bam, it's right there for you. Your front windshield wipers are also, they're not static. You can move those. They're not tight, so tight where you can't. So you can position these and maybe make it look more realistic. Another cool scale look. And the sticker work, again, this whole windshield, the side windows, the back window, the sunroof, it's all a sticker. It's kind of cheap and cheesy looking, but you know what? It's not a deal breaker. I can get past that. Not a problem. If you do want to if you want to install a interior, I'm not sure how well it's going to look from the outside. You may have to remove these stickers. Don't know. Not at that point yet. But that's a quick look at the Lexan shell in all white. And we'll move on to the actual vehicle itself. All right. So let's put the shell to the side. Oh, one other thing. On the rear spoiler, there is a imitation, get down. There we go. There's an imitation third brake light. So I'm sure there's going to be, you can drill and cut a hole in the body and the shell and maybe put a rear brake light in there yourself, but you do have a spot for it that's imitation for now. Again, all the rear tail lamps and the front lights right now are all simulated via sticker. And I'm not going to run that. Again, we're going to do a sneak peek of what I plan on doing towards the end of the video, so stick around. All right, and here's the actual vehicle itself. Looks pretty stout. It's not super heavy, but I can feel the weight is more front bias, which you can tell. Out back, we don't have anything except for the aluminum shocks and the 4-link suspension. We also have a simulated rear, well, rear ain't no other place to put it, but we got a simulated muffler here. exhaust with muffler, exhaust pipe here, muffler. If you wanted to take this off and be painted, if you didn't want it to be all black, maybe you wanted to give it a silver or weather it to make it look like it's been beat down, as well as the exhaust tip, maybe in a silver exhaust tip, or leave it black, you can. It is removable from the body. There is a spot to install a different rear bumper. It has the holes drilled top and bottom, and you can put a bumper on here outside of the one that's on the body. Again, we got those general grabber tires. Let's get a quick look at those. That tire itself, pretty good looking. We've got these are true bead-locks, aluminum, feels like aluminum bead-locks. Could be plastic, I can't tell from here, but I think that's aluminum. It's got 2, 4, 6 small bolts, fasteners in there, plus a center cap. And it doesn't have, it's got ERC, Element Racing, I don't know what the C would stand for, but sort of like the TRD for the Toyota 4Runners, the TRD, this is ERC. Take a look, and we have the receiver is sealed and waterproof in this box. I'm going to be, of course, replacing that with my own receiver, but you have the reedy receiver in there sealed and waterproof. Nice touch. So you can take this out and, you know, go through the streams, the small lakes, get some water puddles, not have to worry about frying your receiver. Your receiver. Your ESC, I believe, is also sealed and waterproof. So you have that same function for the ESC. You have your SC400X reedy ESC right here. Ouch. Pre-wired with a Dean's connector. I'm going to be chopping that off and doing either XT60 or XT90 because that's the battery connector I choose to run. Your motor to your ESC is through bullets, already wired up and ready to go. You've got a, I can't think of these connectors. I'm sorry, I got it right on the tip of my tongue, but I can't even think of it. But pre-wired up, pre-ready for lighting, so you can just plug in your lighting. JST, I believe, yep, JST. Plug those in, now you can run your lighting. You don't have to do any extra wiring or weird stuff. It's already pre-done for you. You've got a small pack battery tray right here for a small pack. It does have a larger battery tray that you can install for your larger packs, so you have that option. Your body posts right here are all adjustable, front and rear. And let's take a look at that, if I can get a good shot, that independent front suspension. It's going to be hard to look at unless I take it apart. What I'll probably do is just overlay some photos here of the independent front suspension, but pretty cool, first I've seen, and we'll really see how this works once I do some run videos of this. Not sure what the servo is. Looks like a, there we go. It's a reedy servo, 13 kilogram. It's got metal gears. 1300 MMG, I believe, is the model number. So you have a reedy servo, ready to go. Suspension feels good. I mean, you know, got some bounce. But overall, at first impressions, I think it's going to be a pretty cool truck to work on, to wrench on, and to run. We'll see once I get it ready for those portions. But again, I do have some mods, some cosmetic mods that I've already got planned to do on it. And since we're getting towards the end of this unboxing, I'll talk about a few of those real quick, and those will come up in future videos of this multi-part series. Stay tuned. All right, fam, this is a little sneak peek on what I'm going to be doing in the future to this vehicle, and these will be done in different parts. So the first part was just the unboxing, the initial review, the unveil of the vehicle. Now, what I've done in advance, I did my research, and you may have seen this video here that I'll link up top with the card, showing something being printed in time lapse. Well, that's what this is right here. This is a 3D print of the front bumper for, well, you can't see it good here, but for this Trailrunner. It gives it a real aggressive TRD look to it. I 3D pen printed in black. I've done some sanding to it to remove some of the rough edges, and now I'm going to paint this probably white to match the rest of the vehicle. Not sure, I may paint it black to give it that black on white motif. Not sure, but these are 3D printed parts, and this time lapse, this alone took 10 hours to print. 10-hour print, and I'll tell you in the upcoming videos why I chose to print this. You can buy it already printed and made if you choose to, but I chose to print it, and I'll show you why. Easy print, simple, did it my way, in my color, little sanding, ready to go. Same goes with these fender flares. I got some new fender flares that I've printed up, ready to go, sanded, just have to be primed and painted, just like the front bumper. Some gas cans, water cans, and the gas can mount to put on top of the rack that I printed right here. These are just a few of the items. 3D printed rack that I had to print in 4 pieces because it's a little bit bigger, too wide for my 3D printer, but printed out, re-glued back together. And then we also have this little piece, which is a tent, which is going to go on to the luggage rack, which will sit on top of the Trailrunner. This print alone, just to print this, off of the settings that I used. This is an 18-hour print. The first time I printed it, first time it's ever happened to me overnight, about 8 hours worth of printing. I had the old fuzzy lion's mane in my 3D printer. I wasted 8 hours of time and 8 hours of print. Changed my settings, got it ready to go. 18 hours later, well, 17 and a half, 17:45, I have this little luggage rack tent that will go, that's T-E-N-T, so if you want to do some camping, give it a little bit of an overland look, that's going to go on top of the Trailrunner. Fits right inside of this luggage rack, which has holes already pre-mounted, pre-ready for the luggage rack, and you set things like this up front. But these are all coming in a upcoming video in this multi-part series for the Element Enduro Trailrunner right here. First impressions right off the bat, I like the way it looks. I really don't think I'm going to do much as far as putting bigger tires on this vehicle. I've done that with my other ones. I've got the 1.9s and the 2.2s, and I've changed out the bead locks, which I may get some different bead locks for it in this size, but the tires are going to stay right now the same. I like the way it looks. It looks scale, it looks trail, it looks pretty trick. I like it. I'm just going to change out a few of the parts with 3D printed parts that I'm going to show you where to get in a future video, and which option may be best for you based off of what you have on hand. But that's coming up in a future video. Hey, this is the end of another one, a unboxing of the Element Enduro Trailrunner, which is part of their Enduro series. The chassis, I believe, is all the same with the exception that this comes with the IFS, the independent front suspension, pre-mounted, already installed, ready for you to go right out the box. You don't have to worry about upgrading to the IFS if you wanted to. And if you wanted to just try the IFS in a new vehicle that you're buying, there you have it. It's already there, installed, ready for you to go. Fam, I appreciate you sticking around to the end. Subscribe to my channel. I'm going to make a playlist especially for this Element Enduro Trailrunner. Subscribe, get notified when I do my upgrades and do the installs of these optional 3D printed products. You can come along for the ride and see what I'm doing, and you'll be notified when those videos post so you don't miss a thing. If you're deciding on buying this, if you're on the fence, subscribe to the channel. You'll see how everything goes with my adventures. Any mistakes that I make, any things that I don't like about the vehicle, I'll let you know, and that'll help you make a more informed decision. Right off the bat, I spoke of the sticker work for the headlights and the tail lamps, pretty cheesy. And also on the rear of the vehicle, this rear bumper fascia or piece, not really the true bumper, but like skid plate, I should say, bumper skid. The holes in the body are way too big for that piece, and it comes out easily. So you're going to be wary of that and probably use some sort of adhesive if you're going to stay with that look to ensure that it doesn't fall off on you on the trail. So that's it, fam. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I really appreciate it. Again, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. The subscriptions we're offering is free. We're offering free subscriptions to everyone. We accept everybody. I don't care what your race is. I don't care what your religion is. I don't care if you're male or female, doesn't make a difference, young or old, we accept all subscriptions. If you're gay or lesbian, come on in. We accept everybody. We don't care who you are. We just know that as an RC community, we need to stick together and stay with the RC topics and accept everyone for who they are. And that goes for the same in life. Check the description box below for ways that you can help this channel grow and for more information on this bad boy right here. Again, I am Jay of Jay Sinister Productions. Thank you for sticking around to the end, and I am now exiting stage left.
So exit stage left.